Hey, what's up, killers? It is your final girl, Mal, and this is my killer podcast. Tim Burton is out his damn mind. Let's get into it. What's up, everybody? Thank you so much for joining me today. If you are new here, I am not only on YouTube, I'm also on a bunch of other social media platforms. Kill the description box below and follow me everywhere. Today we are doing a spoiler-free review of Beetlejuice Beetlejuice. I'm going to try and make this short and sweet because I have a hefty goal of recording, editing, and dropping this video all in the same day. If you are a fellow YouTuber, you know that is a lofty goal. I did go watch Beetlejuice Beetlejuice last night, and frankly, I do have some things to say about it. I'm gonna put it out there that I'm a little out of my mind right now, and these do make for the best videos. Unfortunately, you guys are gonna have to suffer with me just for hopefully under 10 minutes. I'm gonna throw it out there right away. I did enjoy this movie. It is delightful. But I do want to talk about some things. Yes, Tim Burton is out of his mind with this one. There's a lot going on. A lot of craziness. I did have a lot of laugh out loud moments in this movie, which is a very difficult thing to do when you go to the movie theater alone. I find that when one is sitting in the movie theater by themselves, you tend to not want to call attention to yourself. Someone like me is sitting in the movie theater laughing aloud at a movie. That is quite a feat. This movie does have a lot of charm. There's a lot of charming characters in it. I, for one, happen to have found Michael Keaton's character, Beetlejuice, to be quite charming. I also found William Dafoe's character to be quite charming. There are other characters in the movie that I'm not going to point out because it might end up being spoilers to be quite charming, but hopefully you find them to be charming as well. There are some callbacks to the OG movie, which I thought was delightful. I enjoyed that quite a bit. There is one character in particular that I just absolutely fell in love with. I can't speak to this character right now because it would maybe be kind of a spoiler. Jumping into some of the negative things, like I said, there was a lot going on in this movie. Maybe too much. I felt like maybe the story was trying to do too many things at once. Each character seemed to have their own storyline going on. We didn't need all of that. There was a lot of fan service going on too. There was two particular characters in this movie that I didn't even feel like needed to be there. One was strictly for fan service. We didn't need it. The second one was strictly there to continue a storyline for one of the main characters, a storyline that we didn't even need because each main character seemed to have all of this shit going on that didn't need to be going on. For me, I just needed one solid, maybe two storylines that we could just really dive into, really connect with. But there was just so much going on. It was kind of hard to focus on all the things. It was just a lot. There's a lot of stuff going on. This is why I felt like Tim Burton is just out his mind. Because there's so much to look at. There's so much going on. There was some crazy things. Crazy things. Craziest of things. That's a good and a bad. It's a positive and a negative. Because on one hand, I was sitting there like scratching my head like, what the fuck is going on? But on the other hand, I was like laughing and giggling and just like shaking my head like, this is madness, but I'm loving it. So the one negative thing was also a positive thing in this movie. So you guys have to be the judge of that on your own for yourselves. For me, the wild nature of this movie, he took the original movie and made a sequel and went 110 miles an hour with it. For me, it was a positive and a negative that he did that. For you, I want you to kill the comments below if you've seen the movie and let me know, was that a positive or a negative for you that he did that? And honestly, I think that's all I'm going to say. Michael Keaton, Beetlejuice in this movie, he was the star. He was the charmer. He's the one that made this movie for me. His character and Winona Ryder's character, they made this movie for me. Their performances and the way they connected in this movie is really what made it for me. That was the entertainment factor. That is what made this movie, and I enjoyed it. I found great enjoyment out of it. Is it better than the first one for me? No, absolutely not. Nothing is ever going to be better than the first one. This is just, it is what it is. This one was entertaining enough for me that I found enjoyment out of it. I think everybody is going to find some kind of enjoyment out of it. Now what I want to know is, so we have Beetlejuice. Now we have Beetlejuice Beetlejuice. We kind of need a third one though, right? Because now we need a Beetlejuice Beetlejuice Beetlejuice. Okay, just checking. Right? Am I wrong? Am I right? I feel like I'm right. I feel like I'm right. Right? Kill the comments below. We need a third one. We kind of need a third one. Anyway, that is it. That is all. That is my review. Sorry it is short and sweet, but I don't want to say too much about this movie because I don't want to spoil anything. But it is a wild ride, to say the least. I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, how wild this ride was. It is the wildest of all the rides. I've never been on such a wild ride. The ride has never been wilder. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. If you would like to help support your girl, become a channel member, y'all going over to my Patreon, kill the like button, kill the subscribe button, share this video with your friends. Please. The juice is loose.